There's no vindication for me because for 4 years I've been screaming not just Diddy, but Diddy and Jay Z are monsters. And the victim making machine kept going on.
After they are done with Diddy, Jay Z is up next to be exposed, right?
It's one of the most shocking celebrity scandals to hit the entertainment industry in years. And now, rumors are swirling that Steve Harvey, yes, the beloved television host and comedian, might be the next big name caught in the web of allegations against Jay Z and Diddy. Could Steve Harvey's carefully cultivated image as America's favorite family man be hiding something darker? And how deep does his connection to this explosive case go? Buckle up, because the whispers surrounding Harvey's alleged role in this unfolding drama are getting louder, and they're dragging his name into a scandal that's already rocked the highest echelons of music and celebrity culture.
And we do have some breaking news that we want to bring to you. It was being reported by TMZ and now Fox News. We are learning that Jay Z is accused of a 13-year-old girl. That is new in the Diddy lawsuit.
To set the stage, let's first revisit the lawsuit that's sent shockwaves through the entertainment world. Jay Z, the iconic rapper and business mogul, and Sean Diddy Combs, the infamous hip-hop titan, are facing accusations that date back to the early 2000s. The claims involve an incident that allegedly took place after a lavish after-party following the MTV Video Music Awards in New York City. The details are deeply unsettling, and the stakes astronomical. Diddy is already embroiled in legal chaos, with allegations of misconduct piling up at an alarming rate. And now Jay Z, who until recently seemed untouchable, has been named as one of the central figures in this scandal. But what's truly shocking is the growing speculation that Steve Harvey may have been present during the very incident at the heart of these allegations, and might even have played a pivotal role behind the scenes.
You have no choice. Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Robert Kelly, Sean Combs have one person in common, professionally and privately: Sean Carter.
So, how did Steve Harvey, the comedian turned daytime TV darling, get swept up in this mess? Let's start with the connections. Harvey has long been linked to Diddy through their shared presence in the entertainment industry's A-list circles. Over the years, they've been spotted together at high-profile events and even collaborated on various projects. Diddy has appeared on Harvey's shows, and the two have spoken publicly about their mutual respect for one another. On the surface, it's the kind of relationship you'd expect between two powerful men in showbiz. But dig deeper, and things start to look a little murkier.
If that's part of the indictment, that's somewhat like a blackmail. He was blackmailing people to be in the freak-offs. So that's federal. That could be that's a federal charge. He can't blackmail people to say, yo, listen here, you did it once and you're gonna do it again. That ain't gonna make it with the government or nobody.
For starters, there are the persistent rumors about Harvey's involvement in some of the parties that Diddy is now infamous for hosting. These weren't your average celebrity gatherings. They were over-the-top affairs dripping in excess and exclusivity, where the guest lists read like a who's who of Hollywood and music royalty. Reports suggest that Harvey has attended several of these events over the years, including a particularly notorious one in the early 2000s that's now being re-examined under the harsh light of these new allegations. Could Harvey have been more than just an innocent bystander? Some insiders are saying yes, and their claims are raising serious questions about what really went on behind the closed doors of these extravagant gatherings. One of the more explosive rumors circulating is that Harvey wasn't just a guest at these events. He may have actually facilitated some of the introductions and connections that ultimately led to the alleged incident in question. According to unconfirmed whispers, Harvey's influence and connections in the entertainment world made him a trusted figure among the A-list elite, and he may have used that trust to play a more active role than anyone suspected. While these claims remain unverified, their mere existence is enough to cast a shadow over Harvey's squeaky clean public image.
But after that major documentary comes out on Diddy, then you're going to start to hear more and more about Jay Z and his nefarious past.
Adding fuel to the fire are the reports that Harvey might have been the one to blow the whistle on his longtime friends. Yes, you heard that right. There's speculation that Harvey, seeing the writing on the wall, may have quietly provided information to authorities about what transpired during that infamous night in 2000. The theory goes that Harvey, desperate to protect his own reputation and avoid being implicated, decided to cooperate in exchange for immunity. It's a bold claim, and if true, it would represent a stunning betrayal of his relationships with both Jay Z and Diddy. But could it also be the key to unraveling the entire case?
This morning, rap mogul Jay Z is denying allegations he Assaulted a 13-year-old girl alongside rapper Sean Diddy Combs. That civil lawsuit filed against Combs in October was amended Sunday to include Jay Z. The accuser, identified only as Jane Doe, says she was assaulted by both men at a video.
Let's take a closer look at Harvey's history with both men. His connection to Diddy is well documented, but his ties to Jay Z are less obvious, though no less significant. Harvey and Jay Z have crossed paths numerous times over the years, often at industry events or through mutual acquaintances. While their relationship hasn't been as publicly celebrated as Harvey's friendship with Diddy, insiders say the two have maintained a cordial and mutually beneficial rapport. Could this connection explain why Harvey's name is being whispered in the same breath as these allegations? And if he was indeed present on that fateful night, what role did he play in what allegedly unfolded? Some believe that Harvey's involvement may have been purely coincidental, that he was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time, unaware of the darker activities happening around him. But others aren't so sure. They point to Harvey's rise to fame during that same period, suggesting that his career trajectory may have been boosted by aligning himself with powerful figures like Jay Z and Diddy. Could Harvey's success in the early 2000s, a time when he was transitioning from stand-up comedy to television stardom, have been tied to his association with these influential men? It's a tantalizing question, and one that's sure to fuel even more speculation as this story continues to unfold. What's particularly troubling is the growing perception that Harvey's public persona, built on his image as a wholesome, family-oriented entertainer, may not align with the man behind the scenes. Over the years, Harvey has cultivated a reputation as a mentor and moral authority, offering advice on everything from relationships to personal finance. But could this be a carefully constructed facade designed to obscure a more complicated reality? Critics argue that Harvey's past, including his rumored ties to controversial figures and events, deserves closer scrutiny in light of these allegations.
Now, he, of course, is more than annoyed, would be an understatement. He has a family and he has a lot to protect, including his brand. But to the extent that he's saying, hey, come after me criminally, that could be likely. Why do I say that? Because rape in New York, and what's alleged in this complaint, is forcible compulsion. What that means in English is that it's saying that he held her down.
And then there's the timing. Why is Harvey's name only now being linked to this scandal? Some suggest that it's no coincidence, pointing to the intensifying scrutiny surrounding Diddy and Jay Z as the trigger for these rumors. With the walls closing in on his longtime friends, Harvey may find himself unable to escape the fallout. Others believe that Harvey's name is being dragged into the mix as a distraction, a calculated move to divert attention away from the more prominent figures at the center of the case. Whatever the truth may be, one thing is clear. Harvey's involvement, whether real or perceived, is adding a new layer of intrigue to an already explosive story. What's perhaps most fascinating about this entire saga is the way it's forcing the public to re-examine the relationships and power dynamics that define the entertainment industry. The connections between Harvey, Jay Z, and Diddy aren't just personal. They're emblematic of a larger system that thrives on secrecy and influence. As more details emerge, the question isn't just what Harvey knew, but how his relationships with these men may have shaped his own career and public image. Was Harvey simply a bystander caught up in the whirlwind of celebrity excess? Or was he an active participant in a culture that allowed these alleged abuses to occur? As the rumors continue to swirl, one thing is certain: the Steve Harvey we thought we knew may not be the full story. Whether he's ultimately vindicated or implicated, the mere suggestion of his involvement is enough to send shockwaves through the industry and his legions of fans. And with every new revelation, the stakes only get higher, not just for Harvey, but for everyone connected to this scandal. Could this be the beginning of the end for the man who spent decades building a brand on trust and relatability? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure: the world will be watching.
Civil complaint, simply allegations, needs to be proven in a court of law, but if true, it could rise to the level of criminality, and, we'll see what happens, or if the DA looks and investigates.
And as this story unfolds, it's impossible not to wonder if Harvey has indeed played a role in exposing the truth. What motivated him to do so? Was it a genuine desire to see justice served, or was it an act of self-preservation? And if he is innocent, how will he navigate the fallout from these rumors, which threaten to tarnish his legacy regardless of their accuracy? For now, the answers remain elusive, but one thing is certain: the Steve Harvey we thought we knew may never be the same again. As the swirling rumors around Steve Harvey's possible involvement in the explosive allegations against Jay Z and Diddy continue to grow, a new chapter of the story unfolds, one that brings the families and personal histories of these celebrities under the microscope. The intrigue doesn't stop at Harvey's alleged presence at that infamous after-party, or the whispers that he may have quietly turned against his powerful friends. No, the deeper you dig into this tangled web, the more questions arise about the people closest to these public figures and the secrets they've managed to keep hidden for years. From Marjorie Harvey's shadowy past to Beyonce's cryptic responses, the drama is spilling over into their personal lives, and it's raising eyebrows everywhere. Let's start with Marjorie Harvey, Steve's wife, and a woman whose glamorous lifestyle and impeccable public image have made her a fixture in the celebrity world. But behind the designer handbags and jet-setting vacations lies a history that's far more controversial than most people realize. Marjorie's past has been a hot topic of speculation for years, and with the current scandal casting a spotlight on her husband, those old rumors are coming back with a vengeance. Before she became Mrs. Harvey, Marjorie was reportedly linked to not one, but two men involved in large-scale criminal enterprises. Her first husband, Jim Townsend, was sentenced to life in prison for his role in a major smuggling operation. Townsend later claimed that Marjorie was aware of his activities and even suggested that she avoided facing charges herself only because he took the fall. After their split, Marjorie married Donald Woods, another man with a similar reputation, before eventually tying the knot with Steve in 2007.
And then that's when Jay Z entered it. And ever since she's been with Jay Z, she's been doing great.
While Marjorie has never publicly addressed these allegations in detail, the timing of her marriages and the nature of her ex-husband's activities have raised plenty of questions. Could this history of high-stakes relationships suggest that Marjorie was drawn to a certain lifestyle, or even complicit in it? And more importantly, could any of this have influenced Steve's own rise to fame and fortune? Some skeptics argue that the timing of Steve and Marjorie's relationship, which rekindled shortly after his second divorce, is more than just a coincidence. Was Steve's newfound success in the early 2000s bolstered by the connections Marjorie brought into his life? It's an unsettling thought, but one that's hard to ignore given the current climate of scrutiny.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So I love my man, but what you mean, but?
Adding even more complexity to the situation is the fact that Marjorie has been noticeably silent as rumors about her husband's involvement with Jay Z and Diddy continue to make headlines. While Steve has famously built a career on his ability to talk his way out of any situation, Marjorie's silence speaks volumes. Could it be that she knows more than she's letting on? Or is she simply keeping her distance to protect her own image? Either way, her absence from the conversation is only fueling speculation, and it's making people wonder how much of her carefully curated persona is real and how much is a facade.
Please, stop. Stop ignoring the red flags in your relationship.
Of course, the Harveys aren't the only ones feeling the heat. Beyonce, Jay-Z's equally famous wife, has also found herself in the spotlight as the scandal unfolds. Known for her fiercely guarded privacy and her ability to control the narrative around her public image, Beyonce has so far avoided making any direct statements about the allegations against her husband. But her actions, or lack thereof, are speaking louder than words. Fans and critics alike are dissecting her every move, from her recent red carpet appearances to her social media posts, searching for clues about where she stands in all of this. Some have even pointed out that Beyonce's name was conspicuously omitted from a recent Forbes feature that referred to her simply as Beyonce Knowles, rather than her full married name, Beyonce Knowles Carter. Was this a subtle way of distancing herself from Jay Z amid the growing controversy, or was it just an oversight? Either way, the speculation is running wild.
You know, I sat there and I thought about how the media portrays Black men and how that is typical of the things that they would.
And then there's the music itself. Beyonce's career has always been deeply intertwined with her personal life, with many of her most iconic songs drawing inspiration from her relationship with Jay Z. But now, fans are revisiting her lyrics with fresh eyes, looking for hidden messages that might hint at her feelings about the current scandal. Tracks like Don't Hurt Yourself and Pray You Catch Me from her 2016 album Lemonade are being re-examined as possible precursors to the current drama. Could Beyonce have been warning us all along about the cracks in their seemingly perfect partnership? Or are these just the musings of an artist who knows how to keep her audience guessing?
A lot of people have been questioning, well, she doesn't really know him. She has no knowledge of him. She doesn't have a picture with him. I'm smarter than Claudia Jordan. I would never take a picture with the devil. Everyone knew he was the devil. He's been the devil for 30 years.
What's even more interesting is the way Beyonce has continued to project an image of strength and unity despite the mounting pressure. Her recent appearances with Jay Z, including their joint outing with their daughter Blue Ivy at the premiere of her latest film, seemed carefully calculated to send a message of solidarity. But not everyone is convinced. Some observers have noted that Beyonce's body language during these appearances seems strained, as if she's putting on a brave face for the cameras. Could it be that she's grappling with her own doubts about Jay Z's innocence? Or is she simply doing what she's always done, putting her family first, no matter the cost?
And I have to still say allegedly, has done things and allegedly participated in a lot of things that the public would not be happy to know.
Meanwhile, Diddy's situation is becoming increasingly precarious. The allegations against him are multiplying, and his once glaring career is now overshadowed by the weight of these accusations. But what's truly fascinating is the way his downfall is shedding light on the culture of secrecy and power that has long defined the entertainment industry. Diddy's infamous parties, which were once the stuff of legend, are now being scrutinized as potential breeding grounds for the very activities he's accused of. Guests who once flocked to these events for the chance to rub shoulders with Hollywood's elite are now distancing themselves, and the stories coming out of these gatherings are painting a troubling picture.
As far as, is he going to turn people in? Is he going to cooperate? If the federal government wants him to cooperate and they're going to cut his time, because right now he's looking at 15 to life. With all the charges he won't get out till 70 years old. He about 70. That's when they start talking about letting him come to a halfway house.
Take, for example, the so-called white parties that Diddy hosted annually in the Hamptons. These lavish, all-white themed events were the pinnacle of exclusivity, attracting everyone from Mariah Carey to Paris Hilton. But beneath the surface, there are whispers of a darker side to these glamorous gatherings. Some attendees have described feeling uneasy about the atmosphere at these events, where the line between fun and exploitation seemed alarmingly blurred. And with new lawsuits alleging misconduct at these parties, it's becoming harder to dismiss these accounts as mere gossip. What's even more troubling is the way these allegations are forcing other celebrities to confront their own complicity in this culture. Steve Harvey, for instance, has long been a fixture at some of the same events that are now under scrutiny. While there's no direct evidence linking him to any wrongdoing, the mere fact that his name is being mentioned in the same breath as these allegations is enough to raise questions. Was Harvey simply an innocent bystander, unaware of what was happening behind the scenes? Or was he, like so many others, willing to turn a blind eye in exchange for access to these exclusive circles?
Jay Z has been notable by his silence since these charges were brought against Diddy. Why do you think that is?
Because that's what he does. He starts little fires everywhere, forces everyone involved to go and carry water while he sneaks away without a response. That changes now, Sean.
And then there's the matter of Harvey's own family. With Marjorie's past under renewed scrutiny and the persistent rumors about her connections to questionable activities, it's impossible not to wonder how much of her history has shaped the decisions Harvey has made throughout his career. Could their shared ambition and drive for success have led them to make compromises they now regret? Or are they simply victims of circumstance caught up in a scandal that's spiraling out of control? As these questions linger, it's clear that the fallout from this scandal is far from over. The allegations against Jay Z and Diddy have opened a Pandora's box of secrets, exposing not just their actions, but also the broader culture that allowed these activities to go unchecked for so long. And as the spotlight turns to figures like Steve Harvey and Beyonce, the lines between innocence and complicity are becoming increasingly blurred. What's perhaps most striking about all of this is the way it's forcing fans and observers to reevaluate their perceptions of these celebrities. For years, figures like Harvey, Beyonce, and Jay Z have been celebrated not just for their talent, but also for the images they project, images of success, integrity, and family values. But as the layers of this scandal continue to peel back, it's becoming harder to reconcile these public personas with the rumors and allegations that are now coming to light.
You know, obviously this civil suit was coming for a while. Yep. And there was some talk between Busby and Jay-Z's lawyers. I think both Busby and Jay-Z's lawyers are really alphas. So
where does it all go from here? Will Steve Harvey be able to weather the storm and salvage his reputation? Can Beyonce and Jay-Z maintain their united front in the face of mounting scrutiny? And what will the ultimate fallout be for Diddy, whose empire is now teetering on the brink of collapse? Share your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Goodbye for now.